You guys have time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our live free sports fix for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and its Sports Chat Play. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us we got Brian Bitler with us. It's Brad Francis, Jovan Burts, Jay Briggs, David Racey, and Zawacky. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. And we've got Bitler, Racey, Briggs, Francis, Burts, Zawacky. Then I will close this one out. No college hoops on the board tonight, but tomorrow we got NIT. We got the playing round. I think there's even some CIT in action tomorrow because I'm seeing some teams coming up on my line service that I wasn't familiar with. I know tomorrow looks like Abilene Christian, Texas Corpus Christi, Texas Southern Tarleton State. That must be CIT action because I know CBI starts later in the week. So lots going on in college hoops. Baseball, baseball starts Wednesday morning. with 6 a.m. Eastern game between Dodgers and Padres. I'm gonna let that game be picked on tomorrow's show. So we'll see if we get a pick from Padres Dodgers tomorrow. But anyway, we think we'll take care of today first. So let's go ahead. Let's bring in Brian Bitler on this card from the NBA. So we'll bring him in and NHL as well. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Brian in right now, ready to roll here for start the week here on the Drive-Thru. Brian, what's happening?
Tell you, always great to be on the Drive-Thru, starting the week out. It's been a rough month of March for me, but it's the best time of year with the big dance March Madness on the horizon. So plenty of time to turn the month around for sure.
Yeah, a lot of time still to turn around. Lots of action here. We go to the NBA tonight as the Kings host the Grizzlies here. We see Sacramento here laying 10.5, total 221.5.
Yeah, for my best free pick on Monday, I'm going to run here with Memphis Grizzlies in the NBA. We all know that Grizzlies definitely a terrible team, but they're not a terrible cover team. 19-14 on the road this year against the number, and the Kings have a hell of a lot to play for. But I like taking the Kings when they're getting points and not giving points. At home, Sacramento 13-19 against the spread. Kings have an East Coast trip on deck next. I think they just come out here and sleepwalk through this Memphis game. Grizzlies have covered 6 of the last 10 against the Sacramento Kings. My only worry is the Memphis offense in this game. They typically struggle. They're ranked 30th in the NBA. My hope here is the Kings, who rank 19th in defense, just play uninspired basketball. I think they keep it under the double digits. I'm going to take the Memphis Grizzlies plus the points. I see the line's up to about, it was 11 earlier. Now it's down to 10.5 again.
You can get some 11s also. There are 11s out there. I'm seeing a few out there, so you can still find the 11 points. So do your line shopping. Great, Brian, here on the 11. Get the best number. Well, 10.5 here. Yeah, I think there's something with Memphis now. What you're going to have to do with the Memphis Grizzlies, you're going to have to really look at that injury report, and you're going to have to make sure that Desmond Bane is in or out. When he was in, he had that return. They covered against the Thunder. He's in the lineup tonight. Don't ask me why he's playing at 23-45. Really, they're not going to get in the. They're going to be obviously a lottery team. It's going to take a lot to get down to the lower than that. But Desmond Bane is somebody you're going to have to keep an eye on every day.
Yeah, just the NBA in general, the injury report is such a big factor, and that's why I like college basketball a little bit more. But in these games, if you can read the tea leaves and get the injury report right, you can really make some money for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. So Brian will be here on Grizzlies plus the 10.5 here against the Kings. This one tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, NBA on the board. We've got an 8-game card on the board from the NBA, as well as action here on the ice with a couple of games. Of course, Brian enjoying a really good college basketball season. Tomorrow begins it all with NCAA, NIT, CIT in action. Brian's showing 1,735 units of profit in college hoops for this year. What do you have going over at the site?
Well, tonight my best bet's in the NBA. I got my Titanium best bet winner. My NBA, 18-10 last 28 for a 64% winning clip. My Titanium 69, 41-1, 63% last 111. So make sure you head on over to pickdogs.com, grab that NBA best bet. I also have my college basketball Titanium already up for tomorrow. So if you want to buy ahead, now's a good time to get in on it over at pickdogs.com. Also have my college basketball postseason pass. I think it's $279. Use code PICK at checkout, get 15% off of that. Definitely going to be a lot of plays for March Madness.
That's right, guys. Get over with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results in college hoops. You guys are here on Monday. You guys love that 7-day pass. This is a great time to get the 7-day all sports pass because You get all, of course, we know you got Brian's NBA and NHL premium plays, but think of all the college basketball there is here for the next 7 days here. We get not in the first and second round as well as playing round. So this will take you all the way down to the Sweet 16, not to mention these early tournaments in NIT, CBI, CIT. Also, if Brian's in action with that Wednesday, Thursday morning baseball with Dodgers Padres, that's also part of that 7-day all sports pass. Promo code PICK check out, save that 15%. A ton of basketball with that 7-day. I'm going to see that's going to be a really popular one right there, that 7-day pass this week. So go ahead and get signed up. Promo code PICK check out, save that 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great to have you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. Keep that college basketball rolling. We'll catch up with you again on Friday as we'll be well into the NCAA tournaments, but also too let everybody know about your video series with those sharp contrarian plays.
Yeah, make sure you check out the Pick Dogs video channel every single day for my sharp betting contrarian predictions. Just about to shoot my one for tomorrow. Definitely something you want to check out every day. And then on the weekend, I'll be hanging out with the guys at least one of the 2 days. So look forward to that.
That's right, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. So when Brian drops those videos, you get them right away. All right, Brian, have a great night. We'll catch up with you Friday.
All right, Tony, thanks for having me. And hopefully I'll be streaking by Friday.
Streaking by Friday. Brian Bitler here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show, guys. One of the newer features here on the Drive Thru is our Ask the Chat segment. We ask the chat. This is your pick of the day. So your pick of the day today will be Hawks and Lakers. It's a late night. This will not be covered on the show today, so this is why you're getting it. If you like the Hawks +9, type A in the chat. If you like the Lakers -9, type B. If you like over 225, type C. Under 225, type the D. This is the chat pick of the day for tonight's action here in the NBA. So you tell us who you like by typing the letters in there. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Up next will be David Racey. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now with more coverage here in the NBA. Let's see, we're ready to roll here with David. David, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. I'm just thankful Michigan decided to move on from Juwan Howard. I was getting a little nervous. I was hearing rumblings that he might get another year. But they moved on from him, and thank goodness, because that was just a dumpster fire there he created.
Yeah, it certainly was. That was a really bad year for that. Started rough there with him missing games, but overall just really, really bad. But we move now here to the NBA here. Boy, this line has moved up again. This one has moved up here. Celtics and Pistons head-to-head here. Celtics now up to a 16.5-point favorite. Has there been a line bigger than this? I don't know. Total 222.
Yeah, Pistons, we all know they're struggling. One of the worst teams in the NBA. They are in a back-to-back. They lost yesterday to the Heat in a close game, 104-101. But they are horrible straight up. Not too bad against the spread. They're actually 35-29 against the spread this season, and 17-15 on the road. So really not terrible at covering the number. They've played slightly better, which is kind of a stretch because of how poorly they were playing earlier this season. But they've played okay over their last 10 games or so. Like I said, they were in that game with Miami last night. They beat the Raptors. They beat the Hornets, some bad teams a few games back. But this Boston team's also on a back-to-back. They blew out Washington yesterday, 130-104. They're on a 5-game winning streak, winning all 5 by double digits. And I just think this is a spot where they'll get up and they'll put it on cruise control, especially after playing yesterday on a back-to-back. I think the Pistons here can keep this one within the number. Like you said, it's a huge number, just keeps going up. And I think Detroit can keep it close. Boston is without, I believe, Tatum, Horford, Andrew Holiday tonight. I know Detroit's dealing with a couple of questionable decisions as well, like Cade Cunningham. But even if Cade's out, it doesn't really worry me that much. I just think it's a really good team in Boston at home against a really bad team on a back-to-back. And I think Boston will get up, put it on cruise control. And we did see Detroit play Boston pretty competitively back in December during that really long losing streak they were on. They forced overtime. They lost 128-122, but they did fight pretty hard in that one. So I'm going to take Detroit here and hope they can keep it close.
All right, we got David here on the Pistons here. Plus, now you can grade them at 16.5 because the 16.5 is just about everywhere now up there on the board here. And interesting to note here, there are some injuries here for as David mentioned here. No Holiday, no Horford, no Tatum here for the Boston Celtics. Also somebody who's out, who's been a big contributor off the bench, has been Sam Hauser. But we can now confirm Cunningham and Fontecchio out here for Detroit Thompson Grimes, another player. So you still got Duran Stewart, Fournier in there, Ivy in that one. Marcus Sasser takes over point guard. So that's how it looks on the roster-wise.
Yeah, and I don't mind. I like Ivy and Cunningham, and to be honest, when one of them's out of the lineup, the other one seems to play better. I know sometimes they have their games where they play very well together, but typically when one's out, the other one shines. So I expect Ivy to have a good game. And yeah, like you said, Boston's missing quite a bit of production. They do have Brown tonight, who sat out yesterday, so he is fresh. But I just think it's a ton of points. For a team that's on a back-to-back. And really, Boston should roll in this game. So, you could see them get up 20, take the starters out, and Detroit just creeps back into it late in the third or fourth quarter.
Yeah, in my view, observing the pit, they don't seem to be in tank mode. It's a very young team trying to build a winning culture, had that horrible start to the season, just trying to build some positives amongst this team. And Jalen Duren is someone to keep an eye on. He's really improved his game this year.
Yeah, and he is entertaining to watch. He really defends the rim. He can get blocks, gets a ton of rebounds. His offensive game is coming around too. He's got some work to do there, but he's super young, just like this whole Pistons team. So they could have a bright future, but they've been rebuilding for over a decade at this point. So we'll see what happens. But they're exciting and they're young. And you had mentioned Marcus Sasser. I really like watching him play. So it's exciting to watch. They're not getting wins, but at least for me in the Detroit area, it's exciting for the most part watching them.
Yeah, just a little too young. Just to let them grow up a little bit, get some muscle on those bones, and let's see how it rolls. But it's one of the youngest teams in the NBA. That's why they weren't too hard on them when they got off to that bad start. I did like the coaching approach there. Just don't hammer these guys too much, man. These are a bunch of young dudes here. So Pistons plus 15.5 against Celtics tonight, 7:30 Eastern time. All right, David, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, all the NBA, a couple on the NHL, and of course, David enjoying a really good NHL season, 1,674 units of profit. What do you have going over at Pick.com? Premium?
Yeah, tonight I have a play in both of those NHL games. So I have 2 NHL and 1 NBA. I got them all wrapped up in a 3-pack, or you can buy my NHL best bet or NBA best bet individually. I've been pretty selective in the NBA this season, but I am just over 75% over the last 30 days. So head on over to pickdogs.com, check it out, or pair me up with one of these other excellent handicappers.
That's right. Again, we're David Racey over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results here in the NHL, 1,674 units of profit. Of course, coming off a winning day yesterday, no better time than now, guys. Also, David showing profit in the NBA. Of course, I always mention here on Mondays a 7-day pass. This is probably one of the best times to get it because you get a ton of hoops here, guys. You get the entire first and second round that will whittle down to the Sweet 16 on Sunday night, and that 7-day pass is covered through Sunday. So there you go with that 7-day all sports pass. We'll trim this field from 68 plus down to 16, and your 7-day pass covers all that action there, as well as NIT, CBI, CIT, hockey, NBA, even the 2 baseball games. If David's in action there, that's part of it, guys. So 7-day pass, a lot of these sports overlapping. Pick is a promo code, save that, 15% off. All right, David, it's always great having you show. Keep up the great work. We'll catch up with you again next week, but let everybody know we can find your work in written form over at the sites.
Yep, over at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. You just head on over there, right at the top tab. There's a free pick section. You pick whatever sports you're looking for, and you get a free pick out of it. Baseball's starting up. It's nice. Now that the conference tournaments are over, I get a little bit of a breather. It was a couple of long days there for about 2 weeks getting all those conference tourney games up. But head on over to Pick Dogs or Sports Chat Place. Check it out. There's about 6 of us writing, so it's great to see different people's opinions and trends and facts and all that. So head on over to the sites and check it out.
That's right, guys. Check it out over at Pick Dogs Sports Chat. All right, David, enjoy the tournament because it's going to in about a week and a half. Here comes baseball with 15 a day.
Exactly.
All right. David Racey here on the drive-thru. I will continue on here, guys, on the show. Before we get to Jay, reminder here on the chat, pick of the day. We're asking you guys, Hawks and Lakers. If you like the Hawks, +9, hit A. Lakers, -9, hit B. Over 225 is C. Under 225 is D. Right now, early in the voting here, I will tell you right now that the Lakers are getting a lot of the play here. So far, 3 on the Lakers, 1 on the Hawks right now as we speak here. So I'll get those picks in there into the chat. This is the chat pick of the day, Hawks at Lakers, and we're seeing another couple more here on the Lake Show coming in right now. Right now, the Lake Show is pounding the Hawks 6-1. Six on the Hawks, one here. We just got in an over right now from Alt AJS 710. Fong Lee coming in here with the Lakers. 7 so far in the early wagering. We do doubles coming in here with another over. And, no B and Ds. Just give us one. Lando 86 says B here on the outside. Well, Dominic, we're going to give you B. We're not going to go double. It's going to get too confusing doing that. But anyway, right now it is a pounding here. 9 here on the Hawks, 9 here on the Lakers, 1 on the Hawks. So far it's been the Lakers. Another one just coming in right now here. Someone wrote Lake Show again in there. Another one. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3. 13 Lakers. Can we get any Hawks? 13 Lakers, 1 Hawks. Wow, it's been a pounding so far. So all right, let's continue here on the drive-through. We'll go ahead and bring in Jay Briggs. We'll catch him over at Pig Dogs Premium. This has been one of the biggest routes. We had one with Gonzaga St. Mary's last week when it was like this. But this time Jay's not on the island. So we're bringing him in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Jay, what's happening?
Yeah, what's happening, Tony? I'm on the side with the people today.
You're with the people tonight. Man, they are just pounding away here. I think we got another one here. Another one here. 14 on the Lakers, 1 on the Hawks. We can't buy a Hawk pick here. Poor bookmakers must be going to get pounded tonight. All right, Jay.
Hey, I loved them yesterday, but on the back end of a back-to-back, I can't take them here.
What's up with this clip joint, man? That's like we said, right? They showed signs right after the All-Star break. This team was going to tank. This is the Clippers. This is the Clippers' way of doing business.
This is just the Clippers. Like, if you don't know about them, now you know. No matter what's going on, who's the owner, who's not the owner, who's the coach, who's not the coach, this is the Clippers. They're always overvalued. Even when you think they're a sneaky team to do something, they're probably even overvalued there. So, it's the Clippers.
It's the Clippers. It's a total organized mess there, and I did cover them back in the day, and I can just tell you, it's well, I didn't really learn a lot from them back then, but I can understand their issues there. It's just been bad. I was there right when Sports Illustrated dropped that article on them as being the worst franchise. I don't think this might have been before time there. They did an article and called them the worst franchise in all of U.S.
Wow.
that riddle rattled everybody over there. So it was interesting being there for that. We did get 1A in there. Our man Sean came in with the Hawks, so he took the Hawks. So we just got a Hawk. We just got a Hawk in finally. So it's now 14-2 here. So the Lakers look like a rout. So we'll see how that rolls. But we're going to get into Jay's pick right now. Cavaliers and Pacers going head to head here. Pacers 6.5, total 225.
Yeah, I think this is going to be I want to say a good game, but it very well could not end up that way. Hey, I don't want to step in front of the Indiana Pacers right now. Pacers are a team I've been keeping my eye on all season. And I think, they're a team that we can get value on more often than not. They're a smaller market team, not a lot of eyes on them, but they're really good. The numbers suggest they're one of the best offensive teams, not only this season, but in NBA history. That's crazy enough to say, but it's just the truth of the matter. I think tonight they run the Cleveland Cavs out of the building. The one spot we've seen Indiana have a hiccup in recently was against Chicago. I'm not really looking too much into that game, though, because we know what it is in that spot for them. The Pacers are the worst team in the league on the back end of a back-to-back. You see the Pacers on the back end of a back-to-back, immediately run the other way. Out of those situations, on the back end of this All-Star break, this team has been hooping. We just seen them beat the brakes off of the Nets, a team they're head and shoulders better than. And with the injuries currently going on here with Cleveland is now on the road here. We usually love betting Cleveland at home. That's typically where you can bet them and make some coin. I don't like the spot for the Cavs here tonight, Tony T. And I think the Indiana Pacers probably win this game by double digits. I'm laying the points in this.
All right, Jay says here, Pacers laying the 6.5 here against Cavaliers. We've seen the Cavaliers without Mitchell in the lineup. It hasn't been pretty.
Early in the season, it was pretty, but here recently, it hasn't been. He's their star. He's their main guy. He's their go-to guy. And without him, and some of the other injuries they don't necessarily have the scoring to keep up with some of the top echelon teams in the NBA. And the Pacers, well, you can't keep up scoring with them. It could very well end up being a long night.
And I think what hurts them more here without Mitchell in there is the fact that Karis LeVert leaves the bench and goes to the starting lineup. That really leaves that bench thin.
Yeah, you teams, the sixth man, it's an award for a reason, because it's a huge role. You have to have somebody who can still be able to lead an offense through cold periods when the main guys are out. And when when that main guy now has to fill the main role, well, your bench will give up and lose runs 20-10, and that shows on the point spread in this point spread game we're playing. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case here for Indiana tonight.
I don't know if you remember the day, or if you remember the day when starters would go 40+ minutes in the NBA.
Where do they go now?
30s, a lot, either mid, and a few go high 30s.
Yeah. They would play that on a night-to-night basis in the NBA?
Oh, yeah. You get 42. you would get the 40 minutes in the NBA back in the day. They would miss about half a quarter on average. That would be 42 minutes back in the day. I would see 42 for now. We're getting and the reason I bring that up is I think now more than ever the benches are a very, very important part of these teams. When you're basically taking 5 minutes of playing time away from your starters, that means that's going now more bench minutes.
Yeah, and if you kind of look at the best bench teams in the NBA, you wouldn't be surprised to see that they're likely the best ATS teams in the NBA. Orlando, Oklahoma City, Dallas's bench has gotten better. They're up there this season. You start to kind of look around and you're like, well, the benches do get a lot of minutes, and the bench players are usually who are in their fourth quarter. Getting some significant clock when it matters most.
And I think some of the approach these teams are taking is the wrong approach, because a lot of them like to just rotate bench players in and out every season. But I think now more than ever, you need bench continuity. Look at the Lakers, always changing. They can never get any continuity production out of the bench because there's no continuity.
Yeah, the teams that are who've had the most success recently are the teams that have that continuity. Denver's been the same core guys for a minute. Of course, Golden State has been the same nucleus for a minute. Boston, kind of the same nucleus for a minute. Brown, Tatum, Horford.
Bucks.
I kind of, so yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Tony.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on the bench now if you're in the NBA. I mean, a lot of these guys want to make all these moves, and it just screws up your continuity. I mean, that's what I'm seeing here. So more continuity from the bench, I think it's going to be very vital, especially with these players playing in the mid-30s. Like all that time is going to the bench now, and it's interesting to see the direction the NBA is going. And a long time ago, it was who was it? I'll always remember Kevin McHale when he left the NBA. He got fired, I think, at Minnesota years ago, maybe over 10 years ago. He goes, "This NBA has just become watered down." And really, where you see it more now is in these benches, in this league now. And also, too, the players obviously playing less minutes. But Jay here on the Pacers, laying the 6.5 against the Cavaliers.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Tony?
Yeah.
Is there a first-round upset in March Madness that you kind of got your eye on? Don't have to be your favorite one, but one that you kind of like, this game, I could see the dog maybe jumping out and getting somebody. I think there's a couple.
Well, I know there's a couple out there. Obviously, it's going to be, obviously in my eyes, the obvious one is going to be the Antelopes, the Grand Canyon, because I'm not a big St. Mary's believer, because we all know they piled up their net basically playing these teams in the 300s. You look, and again, they pounded the real bad teams. I think Grand Canyon, they beat San Diego State at home. So that's a team. I think Dayton's a team that's asleep and that can make some noise. I know they got knocked out early, struggled at the end, but I think Dayton has a shot to make some noise as well. So those
Grand Canyon Antelopes is definitely on my list too as potential upset, Tony T. I have to agree with you on that one. They've been a really good team all season. And we'll see. I think they actually match up quite well with St. Mary's, too, with their style of play. So it's going to be fun these next couple of days. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I was surprised that Jackrabbits got such a low seed. That's something that got that.
Man, I love the Jackrabbits, and I love Iowa State. That's a really – I hate that they got the draw against each other, man. That's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Yeah. But we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I've been on record saying I think Iowa State can win the whole damn thing. I told everybody I had them to win the Big 12, and I think they can win the whole tournament.
You were. I don't know if you made it for that Saturday part of the college basketball. We weren't there, but no, Iowa State was getting 5.5 against Houston. I really liked that. That was a premium for me, and I don't understand. Everybody loving Iowa State, but when they put Houston in front of them, they pause a little bit.
Same. And I mean, I kind of get it because Houston for most of the season has been like the clear-cut best team in the league. But I think Iowa State matches up well with some teams, man, and it really causes some problems. And that's what they did to them in that championship game. We'll see if they meet again or if, how it shakes out. It's going to be a lot of fun this next couple weeks and these next couple days.
Yep, it should be a lot. It should be a lot exciting in here. The snubs. Obviously, the snubs out of there. The Big East was totally snubbed. And that was again. I still think you're not on ESPN. It's going to hurt you at some point, right?
Yeah.
that's going to be. What's your thoughts on these Longhorns?
I don't know. That's been my same thought about them all season. I don't know who they are. The committee I think the committee kind of is higher on them than I am, a 7 seed. I didn't think they played a 7 seed type season, in my opinion. But respect to the Big 12, which I do think was the best conference this season. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out for them boys. Can they go on a small run? Yes. Do I think they're going to do anything huge in the grand scheme of things? No.
No. Yeah, and I don't know if it's advantage to play a team coming in off that 11-11 game. I don't know, because sometimes we've seen those teams that win that play-in round, they come in and win the second game.
Yeah, we've seen it happen plenty of times. So,
that's the excuse the NCAA is bringing up for expanding the tournament. It says, "Oh, look at these play-in teams that have had success. We should invite more of those type of teams."
We've seen a lot of good teams on the bubble this year. So, I'm not opposed to expanding it. More fun, more action. But at the same time, we're kind of watering it down a bit. But, there is more talent out there, too. There is more talent out there in the entire game of basketball than there probably was back then. So it's a hand-in-hand argument. I listen to both sides, and in all honesty, I would be fine either way.
Yeah, I'm all right. Usually you protect the top 32 teams. You give them the bye, and the rest of them got the bottom. The next 64 got to get through the play-in round. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. I see no. Actually, you have 300. You have 300 and 40 teams in college basketball. And you add another 30, 94. That's still not half. Like all these leagues let half their teams into the playoffs, right? So it's still less than half the team, way less than half the teams you have in your 340 D1 teams. I think around 340, right? So you let 96 in. So I see nothing wrong with it. I really don't.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Here we go on the Pacers tonight with Jay. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at pick.com for tonight's action. NBA on the board tonight. A little bit on the ice as well. Jay enjoying 3,581 units of profit. Great work in the NBA from Jay. All right, Jay, what do you have going over at the site?
Hey, man, no college hoops tonight, so it's just NBA action, man. And I have my NBA play of the day for sale today. We're 72, 44, and 4. Last 120 on that NBA play of the day, hitting at like a 59, 60% clip on it for the season. We've hit 10 of our last 13 on that NBA play of the day, so we're trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. $25 get you that play for today. You can hop on something even longer term, and I have an extra play in there for you. But hey, as Tony T was saying earlier today, man, if there was a better week to hop on a long-term pass, I don't think there is one. This is one to hop on a long-term pass. You get all the March Madness action. You get all my NBA action. We're not forgetting about the NBA, even though we're going to be paying a lot of attention to college hoops. Occasionally, I'm in there with hockey and baseball on the horizon, baby. We're here. So a lot of action going on. Best time of year to hop on something long-term. Or pair me up with one of the guys here on the show. And let's continue to kick the crap out of the books.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Jay over at Pick.Prim. You see the great numbers. The NBA also showing profit in college basketball. Having a great year, profitable year this year as well. Up on the leaderboard. So you can see great last 30 days, last 7 days. Yesterday, monster performance as well. Long-term pass is serving well. And also, Jay, we got those big players out there with your all access.
Yes, Tony T. And I'm running a special today for anybody that wants to join the All Access Club for the remainder of the season. You guys can text my guy Costi, 775-636-7674. We've been red hot recently, guys. Red hot, and just trying to keep it rolling. That's all we're trying to do. So if you have a bigger bankroll and you want to bet big in the NBA, I think you should seriously think about joining the All Access Club. You have to have, the bankroll to bet big, to win big. If that's not for you, we have plenty of other content for you, free content and reasonably priced content at Pick Dogs Premium. This is for people that want that next level premium service. But if that seems like something that you would enjoy, you can text my guy Costi and we'll figure out a package for you. And we're running a special today for the remainder of the season.
That's right. So get on board. Make that text. Get on board with Jay. All right, Jay, as always, great having the show. If you're that successful, catch up with you again tomorrow. But let everybody know you got your video series up here, morning show, and an NBA Jam session.
Yes, sir. You guys can catch my NBA Jam session every morning as I cook up every single NBA game every single day. We hit 6 of 7 yesterday. So, like I said, I do a lot of free content, man. So if you tune in and watch it, you get a lot of how I'm thinking just in general. And, you can start to get inside my brain and you can start to build your own bankroll, putting together what I think all the time. So, you could tune in and catch the free content. You can catch me on the morning show with Mitch, Roof, and Costios on Mondays and Fridays, Romanelli on Wednesdays, and the weekend shows I host, man, where I bring in a ton of guys from Pick Dogs, who you see here on the drive-thru and throughout it, man. So it's a lot of fun, a lot of work, a lot of content, but we're producing a lot of great units, man, here at Pick Dogs and myself. So we're just trying to keep it rolling, and I wouldn't rather be doing anything else.
That's right, guys. So get on board, get signed up and subscribe, and get these videos as they drop. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Tony T.
Got it. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Guys, you ever miss a pick? We're recapping the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's get back to our chat pick of the day. Hawks or Lakers tonight. If you like the Hawks, +9, type A in the chat. Lakers would be B, -9. Type B in the chat. Over 225 is C in the chat. Under 225 is D in the chat. Right now, it's a pounding. Lakers have 16-2 over the Hawks. It's a pounding. We do have 2 on the over, so get those picks in right now into the chat, as there's a pounding right now on the Lakers. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Brad Francis up next. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Brad in right now. He's enjoying a great year as well up here on the leaderboard. So let's get Brad in right now. Brad, what's happening?
Tony T, how are we doing today?
Everything's going great. All right, NBA on the board tonight. T-Wolves and Jazz. We see the T-Wolves 5.5, total 233.5.
Yeah, it's crazy that the spread keeps dropping, and I think there's a reason for that. I'm all over the Jazz here getting the points. These teams actually played just a couple nights ago where the T-Wolves won that game by 19 points. Laurie didn't play in that game. It looks like he will play tonight, which, of course, will help their chances. But the reason I'm really loving the Jazz here is because I think this is a really tough spot for the Timberwolves. This will be a game it's a front end of a back-to-back for them. They played the defending champs Nuggets at home tomorrow, and that game will be nationally televised. Something tells me this might be a look-ahead spot here, Tony. So, like I said, I just think this is a bad spot for the T-Wolves. Not only is it a revenge angle for the Jazz, who just lost to this team on their home courts a couple nights ago. Their best players coming back, and this is just a classic look-ahead spot for the Timberwolves. I think there's a reason why the spread is so low. Now it continues to drop to 5.5. So I just think this is a perfect spot for the Jazz to at least keep it close.
All right, we got Brad here on the Jazz +5.5 here against the Timberwolves. Yeah, the big news in this game is keep an eye on marking with his quad. He has been practicing with the team since last Wednesday, and the word out of that camp is that he's trending in the right direction. That explains a line move on there. Also, too, we're noticing Anderson, Gobert are questionable here for Timberwolves. Don't forget, Karl-Anthony Towns has been out for a while.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, I think the spread continuing to move kind of shows that I think Laurie does play tonight. And yeah, I think it's one of those games where the Timberwolves are like, all right, the big game's tomorrow. The big game against the Nuggets at home, nationally televised. That's the game we really want to win here. I think they come in and sleepwalking to bed, and I think the Jazz are pissed off they lost by 19 on their home court just a couple nights ago to the same team. So, like I said, it's just a perfect spot here.
I got the spot here with the Jazz +5.5 against the T-Wolves tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Print for tonight's action. Of course, we do have NBA on the board as well as action here on the ice. Brad enjoying a great year for the year, over nearly 1,700 years of profit, all sports combined, also showing great profit in the NBA. as we see 1,590 units of profit, over 800 units of profit here in college hoops. He's been on it here, man. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, man, we need to build our bankroll up for this week for the tournament coming up. So good card of NBA games tonight, and I actually liked a lot of games. I do have a 3-pack up on the site. I limited it to just 3 plays, but yeah, I'm feeling really confident about it. So go check that out. Like Jay was saying, like all these guys are saying, man, if you're interested in rolling with me for this tournament, especially this first round here, hop on that week that week pass. We're definitely gonna have a big week, and I'm gonna be preparing today, tomorrow, even Wednesday to get these picks down. So good time to hop on something long term.
Yeah, that's right. Get on board with Brett Fence over at Pick Dogs. Premium showing great year performance for the year. 1,642 units of profit. Great profit in the NBA. Great profit in college hoops. Remember that 7-day pass. Get you all Brad's premium plays here for the next 7 days. That will get you the NBA as well as the NCAA tournament all the way to the end of the Sweet 16 on Sunday nights. The end of action Sunday, we're down to 16 teams. So that's how much action you get here with that 7-day pass. Really good value there. Not to mention all the minor tournaments that are in action as well. All right, Brad, as always, great having your show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But let everybody know you got a video series here at Pick Dogs with your short series with those parlays.
Yeah, man, doing the parlay videos every day, so go check that out. Pick Dogs YouTube, man. It's been fun doing that. We've been hitting them lately, so yeah, go check them out.
Check them out indeed. All right, Brad, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, thank you, Tony. Have a good one.
You got it. Brad Francis here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you ever miss a pick or recap at the end of the day, a reminder here, our chat pick of the day for everybody there tonight, Hawks and Lakers. If you like the Hawks, it's A. If you like the Lakers, it's B, -9. Hawks +9. This is point spreads here. Over 225 is C. Under 225 is D. And I can give you the update right now. It is a pounding. 19 here on the Lakers, 3 on the Hawks, 2 on the over. We got another we have another Lakers in, so it's now 20 on the Lakers, and that's where it sits. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Jovan Burts up next. More NBA coverage. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Jovan right now. Ready to roll here with NBA. Let's see, we're all set to go. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Tonight, we're going to be looking here at the NBA tonight, as it looks like these Portland Trailblazers continue their. Will be on the road here tonight, facing the Bulls.
Yeah, and I'm on the over in this one. Now, both of these teams are leaning over in their last 10. Both are holding 6 and 4 to the over in the last 10 games for these two teams. But if you look at the recent games in this series, the last 4 has been, it's been a couple things. It's been all Bulls, and it's been basically all over, 3-1 to the over in that span. And, the Bulls have been trending over, 5-2 to the over in their last 7, so I look at it like this. In the games that they played, you look at their point totals, and, they whipped up on Washington, which they're playing a similar team in the Portland Trailblazers as far as, their production or their wins and losses. They're, not a good team. They put up 127. They put up a $111 in the loss to the Clippers. Against the Pacers, they won by 3 points. They put up a $131. Games like that. I'm just going by the last 3 games, and this is a team that they could definitely put up whatever they want to against this Portland team. I think they're gonna get out to a fast start. This is gonna be one of those get right games for the Bulls. And in blowouts, which I think this is what it's gonna be. Not predicting the final score or anything, because the back door could be wide open. But, in these blowout games, it just gets out of hand a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? As far as the scoring. And with this total being at 213.5, I think you get over the total. On the other side, they do have some, guys that could fill it up like Simons and, guys like that. So even Ayton, Ayton's going to battle against Vucevic and all that. You know what I mean? So, they also, got some other guys that are, G Leaguers, so, I expect there to be a little uptick in scoring in this one.
Yeah, you got the G League defense in there, so looking at the over, Ken, it's a low total, 214. And also, someone I've been seeing in the scoring for the Portland Trail Blazers, Delano Banton is somebody who's been hitting the scoring for them as well.
Former Celtic, so he's getting a lot of burn, surprisingly. But hey, when you got a bunch of scrubs on the team, man, hey, you get in where you fit in.
That's right. It turns into summer league. That's what you get there. And you see in the summer league, you don't see much defense in the summer league, right?
Absolutely. And I think what's the status on Alex Caruso, because that's kind of big for what the production is going to be for Simons.
Caruso's expected to play. He's off the report. Everyone's
okay,
going, but White's still the only one off on that list.
Okay, so it's going to be a little tougher battle for Simons, because as Caruso, he does bear down on defense. But just the same, I think this one's going to go over the total.
Yeah, but he does have a G League pedigree, though. So you gotta forget that. Don't hype him too much there, Jovan. I was very critical of him with the Lakers.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a good fit. LeBron said so.
I guess exactly right. You got to get rid of the headband. that was the bad look. That's got the scrub look all over it, man. We wear that headband like that. All right. No one says scrub more than a headband. All right, here we go. Trailblazers and Bulls here over 214 tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, NBA, but man, we're just getting ready for big college action here starting tomorrow with we've got NIT, CIT, as a tournament in action, as well as all hoops, baseball in a couple of days. Doing great work in the NBA this year. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, I got, a 5-pack in the NBA. Kind of like this Monday card. Got some potentially some real nice juicy spots in there. Hopefully everything pans out. But check me out on my certain long-term 3-day, 7-day, monthly, 30-day, yearly. Or match me over what the other handicaps for the 2-for-1 capital promotion. Can't go wrong here at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Get in indeed. Again, we're Jovan Burts over at Pick Dodge Premium. NBA doing great work in the NBA this year, so get on board with Jovan. Remember, the long-term pass will serve you well. Remember that 7-day pass covers all of the NBA for the 7 days, and it'll take you all the way down to the Sweet 16. This tournament will be whittled down to 16 teams on Sunday night. All the hoops action. Get on board. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. Have so great evening. We'll catch up with you again end of the week on Friday, but let everybody know you've got your shorts parlay going up on the channel.
Yeah, got that going, just a short video series, 2-team parlay, usually in less than 60 seconds, So I didn't do it for a few days last week, but I over the week, or actually just yesterday, just jump back in doing it. So, expect that from me every day.
That's right, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, set those notifications, so when Jovan drops those videos, you get them right away. All right, Jovan, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again on Friday.
Absolutely. Have a great night. Win. See you on Friday.
We'll see you on Friday. Jovan Burts here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you miss a pick, we always recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Update here on the chat pick of the day. New to the chat. This will be your pick tonight. Lakers and Hawks. If you like the Hawks, +9, hit A. Lakers, -9 is B. Over 225 C, under 225 D. I can give you the update right now. It is all Lakers tonight. 21 on the Lakers, 4 on the Hawks. We have 2 to the over, so it's been all Lakers here in the chat. Play of the day, but still time to get your pick in if you haven't already. Let's continue. We just got a Hawk in. That's what took it to 3. Let's continue here on Drive Thru. Rod Zawacky up next. Get into the ice with Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much, Tony. Finishing some hockey videos off. A big pile of those tomorrow. So we got 13 games to kicking off in the NHL tomorrow as well. So big day of sports tomorrow. We got the loaded college hoops card, NBA tomorrow, and a loaded slate on the ice. So sports continues to roll.
Getting some late Hawk in there. Get some late Hawk action money and some picks here. But anyway, tonight, Sabres and Kraken going head-to-head here. Kraken -114, total 5.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one here, the Sabres and the Kraken, they played 5 times in the history of these two teams. And guess what? Buffalo's still yet to win one. They've got beaten by the Kraken in all 5 meetings so far that these two teams have faced. Well, I figured the Sabres were going to start their backup here in this one. This is the first half of a back-to-back. They have to go play the Canucks tomorrow night. But not the case. They're going to start Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen here. Is the better of the 2 goalies. Buffalo in this spot, playing the better as well. And you look at the Seattle team, well, they've been slumping. They've lost 4 straight hockey games, all at home here. Lost to the Jets 3-0. Lost to Vegas, game of fight. Lost in overtime 5-4. Lost to Washington 2-1, and Nashville came in and whooped them up. And this Buffalo team, well, they won 3 of the last 4. They did lose the second half, go back-to-back versus the Red Wings. No shame in that. It happens. But they've been rolling right along, collecting up points. Luka Pekka-Luukkonen going here. He is the solider of the 2 goalies. And I just don't trust Seattle here. You look at the Kraken, and the road team is 7-0 in the last 7 Seattle games. They give me some plus price here with Buffalo to finally end the losing streak against Seattle. Got to go with it. Give me Buffalo here in this one.
All right, Ron here on Buffalo here, minus the 105 here against the Kraken. And of course, when you look at the playoff standings and you look at the wild card contenders, I mean, the Sabres with 69 points are trailing the Red Wings with 74, but there are teams to jump over, so they're not out of the realm of possibility. They're still in the discussion.
They're mathematically still in the discussion are these Sabres. Seattle, I think this 4-game losing streak just wiped out any hope they had of making another sniff at the playoffs this season. So I think they're pretty much, that's kind of the way it looks like it's going. After this you're going to lose 5 straight here at home? Because you are. Because Buffalo's going to come in and beat you. And at home, it hasn't been pretty. They've been talking about attendance issues, and it hasn't been pretty for Seattle. They had a good kickoff to the year, but this year has not been good. Definitely subpar. They figured they'd exceed what they did last season, and last season they won a round in the playoffs and went deep, but not this year. I don't even think they make the playoffs. Tough for Krakenland. Spokane Kraken.
Tough on the Kraken. All right, Rod, hit the witching hour. Let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Also, all NBA. We got a few on the ice. Tomorrow, it starts with the college hoops. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight, I've got my top play on the ice. We crushed it with the Blues yesterday. Looking to go back-to-back on it. My NHL Sniper play is available singly. Also, hit with our play of the day with the Dallas Mavs yesterday. Looking to go back-to-back on it. I've got my 10-star NBA Mega Money Blast. You can scoop it up singly, or it's Monday, so I got a nice little triple there. It's Monumental Monday triple. 3 plays that include my NHL Sniper, my NBA Mega Money Blast, as well as another play in tonight's NBA action. So 2 NBA, 1 hockey. That's what I've got going and heading over to Pick Dogs Premium, scoop it up. And as everybody before me has said, now this is the best week to pick up a week pass, because you get a whole week loaded full of college basketball action. I think all these tournaments start, and it'll dwindle. The tournament starts Wednesday or Thursday, Friday, big games start, and then you flip over to Saturday, Sunday, and you're on to the next round already. It's fast, furious. Definitely, you get a lot of action. Best bang for your buck is to go long term, and you'll get the most bets going, because it's going to get hot and heavy this week. Lots of volume, that's for sure. Because we're already digging in, and I can see some nice bets to be made, and definitely a pile of money to wait. Jump aboard long term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper deal, 3-for-1, 4-for-1. You can see the people who are hot heading into March. So jump aboard. Let's make some money.
Absolutely, guys. Get on board with Rod's Running at Pick Dogs Premium. Long-term passes, you said, and that 7-day pass. Remember, this tournament will duel down to 16 teams on Sunday night, end of action Sunday. So that's covered the entire.
We'll be in the Elite 8 before you know it, right?
Yeah.
We'll be in the Elite 8 before it's like, boop.
Yep.
Absolutely. It's just that quick. It's just in a blink of an eye, all of a sudden, boop, boop, we're done.
Just like that, it goes down really quickly, Rod. All right, Rod, have any bonus for the people out there tonight?
We're gonna go with an anytime goal scorer here tonight. We got Tuck from the Buffalo Sabres. I think good old Tuck gets us a goal for Buffalo. Also, I've shared everywhere on social media. I like Nazem Kadri tonight for the Calgary Flames. I think he's gonna have a solid night. I got Nazem Kadri over 1.5 plus 295, and also Nazem Kadri to get an anytime assist. He's at 4 assists in the last 5 games. He's good for another one here. I think he gets a goal as well. So you want to take him to get a goal, and we get Nazem Kadri's going to rip it up for the Flames tonight. Mark my words. Put some on Nazem Kadri. He's going to have a big night.
There you go. You got that bonus there from Rod. So, okay, Rod, let everybody know. You got your video series up there right now. NHL A to Z. Tonight was kind of a light 2-game card, but you're going to be working on a monster card for tomorrow.
Yeah, monster card tomorrow. So definitely like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you get notified when all that new content drops. The 13 games tomorrow plus a parlay. We're looking to go back-to-back on that parlay. We crushed it on Saturday with the parlay. We're looking to hit it again. So definitely make sure you check out those videos. That'll be dropped within the next couple of hours. And crush the hockey board tomorrow. I'm excited. Big hockey card tomorrow. Love it. Then there's a big college basketball card too.
Absolutely.
The CIT and the NIT going. There's definitely some nice money makers there. Those CITs and NITs, some of those teams, I don't know. You got to find the motivation spot that the team actually wants to motivate and play. Some teams, they get in there and they get into the NIT, and you can just tell right away where it's like within the first 5 minutes of the game, you're like, ooh, these guys have no interest in this game. You can tell. Look at that. That's ugly.
Yeah, it's ugly. Well, some of these arenas charge $5 to get in to try to build up the crowd. So sometimes you see that with
right.
Yeah.
So it's just to get some people in the seats, right? $5, come on in.
The season ticket holders want.
I know. I watched some of those NIT games. And, oh yeah, it is. You got to do some diving and definitely know somebody on the beat report who's going to tell you that hey. This team really, You just tell there's no motivation there.
I still have a TBA versus TBA tomorrow. Line 691 to 692. So I got to figure out what that CIT matchup is because we know Avalon Christian will be at Corpus Christi, Texas Southern, and Tarleton State, but there's still a TBA, and we got less than 24 hours to fill those 2 TBAs, Rod.
To fill up the two TBA spots tomorrow, right?
We'll see.
Yeah.
They're scrambling here. They're scrambling to get that CIT filled with site. We'll see how it rolls. But I'm showing us TBA tomorrow. Must be CIT is what I'm thinking. So, all right, Rod.
I'm guessing it's going to be a CIT too. Once it's your the TBAs there, those are definitely going to be CIT.
I will go do some digging and see who they can get last minute. Put something together last minute. All right, Rod. Have a great night, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
You as well, Tony. Good luck with your bets, everybody. Crush it. Catch you guys tomorrow.
Catch you tomorrow. Rod Zawacky here on the drive. We'll get to the recap in a second, guys. I just want to give you an update here on our chat pick. We're going to close this pretty soon. It's been a pounding here. Chat pick of the day: Hawks at Lakers tonight, 10:40. If you like the Hawks +9, hit A. You like the Lakers -9, hit B. You like over 225, hit C. If you like under 225, hit D. And right now, it's been a pounding. Lakers 22. Hawks 5-2 to the over. We'll close this out after my pick. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Let's get to the recap, and then we'll get to my pick, and then we'll close out the show. We'll get to the recap tonight. We had Brian on Grizzlies +10.5 against Kings. David was on Pistons +15.5 against Celtics. Jay on the Pacers laid the 6.5 against Cavs. Brad says Jazz +5.5 against Timberwolves. Jovan Trailblazers Bulls over 214. Rod on Sabres -105 against Kraken. I'll be on the Knicks here +6.5 against the Warriors. And the one I like the most from the cappers today will be on. There's a couple that I do like. I like that Trailblazers over here with Joan's pick there. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. We're getting some more updates here on our poll. We did get an under in there. Finally, our man Hellboy coming in, raising some hell in the chat room. We got one. Your pick only counts as one, by the way. All right. Let's continue here on the drive-through. Let's see if we got some more updates. 23 here on the Lakers, 5 on the Hawks, 2 over, 1 under, and we will recap it in just a second once we get to my pick, and then we'll close out. My pick's going to be starting, as you know, Knicks Warriors. In this one, I'm going to take the points. I know Anunoby not going to play, but this Knicks defensive form, I just can't. I like my defense. Knicks have decided to play a playoff defense now. And let me just double check here. Is there any other injuries? We know OG, Randall Robinson out this one. Warriors, a clean injury report. But, man, the Warriors' home form has got me concerned. They have not been a really good home team on this year. And you look here at the Knicks. Take a look at their past 5 games. They're holding teams at 91 points per 100 possessions, a +15 net rating. They're holding teams at 37% shooting. We know the Warriors at home, scoring and allowing 116 points per 100 possessions, but it's the defense. Look at their defense over the past 5 games, giving up 50% shooting. I got to take the points here with the New York Knicks. Guys over at Pick Dog Stream, I got a best bet in the NBA up right now, so get on over. Also, as we said, the best value right now is that long-term pass, 3, 7, or 30 hour sports pass. Get all my pre and plays for that time period to select. When you go to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions also available there. All right, let's close out this chat pick of the day here, guys, for today. And let's get to chat pick. All right, we're going to close it out. We did get one in here on the over, so we'll close it out here. The final results here are the Lakers 23, Hawks 5, 3 to the over, 1 to the under. That will close it out, and that will do it for there. So the chat pick today will be overwhelmingly on Lakers. -9 is your chat pick there. All right, let's continue here on the drive. Well, that's going to do it here for the drive-through. So now, guys, now it's time for you guys to get your best bets in the chat right now. We got the picks. The poll is closed, so get your best bet into the chat right now, and we'll read it off here at the end of the show. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the drive-through, guys. So reminder, get your best bet or your show pick now into the chat, separate from this Hawk Laker game. That'll do it for this edition of the drive-through, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. Bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat place. We'll get what your plays for you in real time. Have a lot of college hoops on the board tomorrow. Remember, it always gets started with that morning show during the week, live here at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. It's Jay, it's Mitch, it's Chris. Also the video series, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His betting tools show, his roundtable discussions with the professionals, also short series as well. But we also have Jay's NBA Jam session, Chris around the league from the NHL, also individual pick videos. Also Ron Romanelli with his Bank Shot Breakdown college basketball video series. Costi with his sharp trading play videos as well. Big Al McMurray, all access with Big Al. Look for that one. Brian Bitler with his sharp contrarian plays video series. We also have our man coming in here, Dana Lane against the public betting. We also have our man Costi, sharp trading plays. Brad Francis and of course Jovan with their short series with parlays on the channel. Wayne Scott, his boxing video series, and many, many more here, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, so when we're live with you. All right, get your show pick in there right now. Get the best bets of the day right now. Peter Puck like 76ers game to go over 206.5. Dominic Mackel like 76ers -2.5. Chris White Thunder, Cavs Pacers over 225.5 coming in right now. Rod also adding some more in there. Buffs, Cavs plus Atlanta plus in there from Rod in there. O'Kara likes Cavs plus the 6.5 tonight. That's his show pick in the show. Michael C likes Buffalo puck and a half. Warriors laid the 6.5. Heat money line there from Michael C. This is best bets up there. Grant Clarkson Sabres money line. Nicholas Handy Sabres and Sabres here in regulation. Hawks plus the points there coming in from Nicholas Handy. And what else do we have? Get your best bets in here, guys, before we sign off for today. I think we've got them in already. All right, what else do we have here? Let me see. Doubles coming in with his MLB show pick. Giants in preseason baseball plus 124. That's coming in from Doubles with his show pick of the day. So that's going to do it here. Ramon coming in with the Pacers with Jay with his show pick. So last call for the show picks. Pistons money line from Hellboy. All right, we've got them all in. That's going to do it for the drive-thru, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow. Let's bring in our crew from tonight. Good wake of the eye.